Well, everyone came out to play here in Sendai tonight, didn't they?
Came out to play.
They were in top form in the Sendai Pit, one of the best places.
Absolutely. I think that place has a magic to it.
It must, because every time we see a show there, it's like one of the best shows ever.
Listen, this show was bonkers.
It was so good. And I was a little worried. I was like, oh, it's a Red Stars night. It's going to be a lot of hate going on and all that. But
no.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, very little hate and a whole lot of love.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was an incredible show. It may be the best rando tournament night show that I've seen.
Yeah, just going by the one-nighters with like the one side of the block in action, it's definitely one of the top, if not the best one that we've seen all tournament.
I was looking forward to several matches on it, but there wasn't that one match that was like so built up with story that I was like, oh my God. There was great versus great, but I just wasn't expecting to have so many excellent matches.
Right. It was like everyone just decided, okay, we're getting close to the end of this tournament. It's time to turn it up a notch.
But hey, speaking of turning it up a notch, we got to turn this thing out. So let's get on with it.
Yes, we do. So welcome to Wrestling is Her. I'm your host, Raja, joined by my co-host, John. And we're here to review August 23rd in Sendai, the 5-star Grand Prix, Night 8.
8.
Can't believe we're already so deep. It feels like this tournament has just flown by.
Stardom, the Ocho.
It is the Ocho. And for this night, we started with a little pre-show match.
Yeah, we got all
for the Sendai crowd.
They're like, sorry about no pre-show last time, and you know.
They got all the pomp and circumstance out this time.
They did.
So this was a triple threat between Rion, Sayaka Kurara, and Momo Kogo.
Yes. Not enough Sayaka in this match for me.
No, it was very focused on Momo Kogo, I think.
It was.
Which, good for her.
And we were very focused on Momo's gear.
Yeah.
Is it new gear, Momo, or not? Because...
Is it new? Did you just add stuff to it?
The rainbow leg strings.
It looked new to me.
It did.
It was new to me.
I thought it was a good match, and it did what it needed to do in the match. It was
just a nice little opener.
They did throw Carrara out of the match quite often. It was more of a Momo.
They're like, get out of here. We're working here.
Yeah, but Momo's come... We've talked about this before. Momo's come so far in this tournament.
Yeah. She's had a lot of really great showings lately.
Yeah, lately she's just done really
and
well.
And it's nice to see because she's a talent.
I think so. And it's nice to see her stay healthy.
Yes.
And hopefully she can continue getting better like this.
I hope so. She did win this match using a fisherman suplex. So, congratulations, Momo Kogo.
Little shout out to Rion. Rion has gotten mounds better.
She's starting to hit that new girl stride. Yeah. Like, there's always that time in the before where it's like kind of like they're still getting their legs ready.
Any job, right? I mean, like when you start a job, sometimes you're just, at first, you're kind of like, I'm never going to learn all this.
Right. You just feel defeated.
People use jargon I don't understand. There's buttons I don't know to push. Right. There's, and then it just happens.
And then one day you wake up and you're like, oh, I understand how to do all this all of a sudden.
The funny thing is when it starts clicking.
Yeah. It's one right after the like dominoes.
Absolutely.
So I fully expect to see her start turning it on in matches like there's no tomorrow.
I think we're a good 3-4 months away from it. But
we're some serious Rion matches.
We're going to see some serious Rion coming.
To begin the block action, we started in Red Stars B.
Red Stars B.
Mayu Iwatani versus Mei Seira, which is not the match I would have expected to open the block action for this night.
When it started, I was like, this isn't the start.
What? This is the first match?
Oh my God.
This was about as scary as you would expect it to be.
Yeah. I mean, listen, they went for it. And I noticed when Mayu Iwatani came out, it's like, she's not as fun ball as normal.
Yeah,
like,
she didn't seem quite as like fun loving and silly.
Little focused, but you said that she just lost to Azumi.
Yeah, she took that loss to Azumi and it seemed to affect her. Like she needed to be more serious so that she didn't have that happen again here with Mei Seira.
And I was worried the whole time because my co-host over here had me all worried that there was this long
O2 birthday conspiracy or something.
Yeah, but...
Well, it could have happened. There were a few times in this match that Mei Seira convincingly could have won.
God, yeah.
She hit the Rolling Star at one point.
Yeah, which is normally it.
It is, usually. But there were a couple of really crazy moves in this match. There was a German suplex from Mei Seira on Mayu Iwatani that just looked like it hurt.
Yeah, she sold it for the rest of the match. But
and after.
I'm telling you, honest to God, it's one of those that's so scary because you just see Hayabusa. You just see like that broken neck. The way she landed lawn dart wise. And, it was too high angled. On the release, and it scares the shit out of me, man.
Yeah, and seeing someone immediately grab their neck after a German suplex, you're like, oh no, that's dicey.
But she turned it on. If anything, it made the match a little bit more spicy, right?
Yeah, they definitely picked it up near the end of the match. There were those amazing 2-count spots that you can always count on Mei Seira to deliver on that kind of thing.
I love the 2 spots.
And then Mayu hitting this insane looking crucifix driver that just... It looked like May wasn't expecting it, and she dragged her back into it regardless of if she wanted to go or not.
Yeah.
It was crazy looking, but it was the reversal of the Rolling Star that allowed Mayu Iwatani to roll Mei Seira up into the pin and win this match.
Little asterisk here. She rolled her up, but what else did she do?
It looked very much like she grabbed Mei Seira's tights, the back of her tights, like on the belt area.
Well, I love you, babyface, how you're protecting that. She totally...
There wasn't a clear angle of it.
She totally grabbed... Oh, you're the heel.
She had...
You're Jesse Ventura.
She had a little extra bit of leverage.
Gorilla. From my vantage point, it was hard to see.
I'm Kevin Kelly when Yano does something. Oh, my monitor went out.
She totally grabbed that leather chain stuff, and she grabbed it. She totally grabbed it.
Sat down.
She kept her hand on it afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost like this moment of shock and realization. Like, did I just do that?
Well, it kind of calls back to her using the bat in the Momo Watanabe match. It's like, is Mayu...
Oh, my God.
Is Mayu getting a little taste?
Oh, my God.
Sneaky style?
Oh, my God, Raja.
What if Mayu Iwatani is starting to enjoy a little cheat ski now and then?
It's the little things. She used the bat to win. This time she pulls the tights to win, but they're so minute.
It's so small.
So subtle. But it's working. And this year, Mayu Iwatani's winning.
Oh, she's winning. She's up there at the top of the 5-star.
And she's cheating.
Oh, she has a couple times.
Let's just move.
Let's just put an earmark in that. We'll put a pin in it.
Yeah, we're not
for later.
Let's not tell anybody else.
With Mayu winning this match, she does regain some footing that she lost when she lost to Azumi. Mei Seira, unfortunately, doesn't keep pace with Azumi, like I earlier suggested. And this match was fantastic and every bit of a 4-star match.
Oh yeah, it was totally a 4-star match. 4-star, obviously.
And look who's in it. I mean, come on.
4-star for us is excellent.
Excellent.
You know, you're gonna get higher than that when it's super sold out, no vacancy, motherfucker.
Like Mayu versus Momo.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, 4 stars.
Next in Red Stars A, Yuna Mizumori took on Konami.
Not what I expected.
Me either. And very interestingly, Konami didn't do much of the stereotypical hate stuff in this match. There was one throwing of Yuna Mizumori into
Yuna
the chairs.
Took like a champ.
She did so well. But other than that, she didn't even go for the spray paint or anything. I don't know if that's because she took Yuna lightly and figured she could beat her anyway.
Yeah.
But there was a lot more back and forth in this match than we've seen in the most recent Yuna Mizumori matches, which was interesting given who she was facing.
There was a lot of, honestly, just Yuna controlling the latter half of the match. Mm-hmm. Yuna just beat the crap out of Konami.
Yeah, there was one point where she was mounted on top of Konami doing the ground and pound. That was surprising to me. I was like, wow, what has this Yuna been?
and honestly, Yuna got her finish off.
She did. She managed to get that face buster that she's been trying to get in every single one of these matches.
We're like, whoa, wait, what?
What? Yuna's finisher? Unfortunately,
nah.
Konami kicked out of it and then rolled up into a armbar hammerlock situation, which is what Yuna ended up tapping out to and keeping her At 0 points.
0 points, but it was nice. If you're going to lose, at least have the advantage the whole time.
Yeah, that's true. This was a better showing for Yuna than the matches where she was completely beat down a couple times in this tournament. And even though she lost, I thought it was really a really fun match.
Absolutely. For a Konami match, I mean, yeah, 2.5.
2.5 stars, yeah. It's there. It's good.
Yeah.
It's just not... It never took you there, you know?
Yeah, no.
To that place.
Right.
After this, we had a sort of break match in the middle of the block matches where Waka Tsukiyama, Aya Sakura, and Hina teamed up to take on Rina, Ruaka, and Natsuka Tora. And let me tell you, they gave this match some time.
They did, man.
They let this go, and it's like, this is a preview of the Future of Stardom title match that's happening.
It's a damn good match.
On the 31st. It was so good. Everyone got time to show their stuff, but where this match really shined was, of course, when Hina and Rina were in there together.
And it's not just the novelty of the twins fighting, right? So it used to be.
Yeah.
And it didn't really ever live up when they had little spots here and there.
No, they were like little tiffs.
But Hina versus Rina right now, Hina has evolved.
Oh, man.
To, I don't think she's anywhere close to where she will settle.
No.
But she has come so far. She is good, and she has a lot of oomph in her stuff that she didn't used to have.
Yeah.
There's no daylight in her stuff anymore, and Rina has been good for a long time.
Yes.
But Rina is a little bit more vicious with her sister than she is with other people.
Yeah, and I mean, they're twins, so you got to expect they know each other so well. It's easy to, like, haul off and just kill each other.
They've done a great job with me of making me really anticipate this match.
Absolutely. And you got to believe that Hina, having recently been inducted into God's Eye, has probably helped her a lot with her wrestling ability, training with people like Shiri. And it's just been a delight to see her since she came back from injury. And this whole thing between Rina and Hina, and Rina like, I want to beat the defense record on the biggest stage at the 5-star Grand Prix final and finally overcome Hanan or whatever. And Hina absolutely determined for that not to happen.
Yeah.
I am so looking forward to that match.
Me too.
Like, so much, almost even more than like the red belt match.
Yeah, I mean, me too. And there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I think that what I love about it is I don't know. Like, I can't look at you straight and say Rina's going to keep that belt.
Right. There's no telling what's going to happen.
I'm pretty excited about it.
Me too.
Good match, man. It was, and that's the way to showcase one too. When you're going to have, don't just throw them out there without a plan. I mean, they struggled to anybody else get in the ring whatsoever, because
and it took a lot to take Hina down in this match. Like everyone on the hate side had to help, and Hina was like kicking out of everything.
She kicked out, dude. She kicked out of so much stuff, and
including the double knees from the top.
Right, she kicked out of that. She kicked out. I mean,
it took the gory special to finally keep her down after she'd been beat down by all 3 members of the opposing team.
Yeah. I mean, it really did take all 3 of them to beat her. This is going to be something.
I'm so ready for it.
But good match, man. I wish I was ranking it, because honest to God, it's funny. This match would have been a 4-star match.
Yeah, it was right.
Don't skip it.
So good.
Like if you're just one of those people that's like
looking for the tournament matches.
Just watch the tournament matches.
This is worth it. It's got story in it. It's very good.
Yeah.
Next, we got back to tournament action with Red Stars B.
Red Stars B.
Saya Ida versus Momo Watanabe.
Wow.
This match was
Set
better.
Set the stage. The people coming out with her coming out.
Oh man. Okay, so Momo Watanabe, of course, is like a big crowd favorite. Like, people love Momo Watanabe. But when Saya Ida came out for this match, the entire crowd just erupted in the yelling Ida and the cheering for her. And during the match, it carried into that where there were periods when Momo was in charge where it was like dead silent.
Yeah.
And every time Saya Ida got a kick out or got control, the crowd would just erupt into chanting her name or cheering or claps, like totally behind Saya Ida in this match. It's been so cool over the course of this tournament watching people buy into Saya Ida and like almost realize just how good she is and want the world for her.
Yeah.
Like, we feel it. It was almost emotional, like hearing these people in Sendai get totally behind Saida.
Saida is, man, she's everything right now. She is believable as that champion. We've talked about it so many times. I won't go too far into her style, but it's so unique.
Yeah.
And the fact that the organic love, I love that. That's the best thing in wrestling.
Right. Like, it's like that people's choice thing. It's like they decided to love you, even though the company you're working for didn't necessarily tell them this is the person you're supposed to like.
Yeah, it's the Daniel Bryan thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like nothing's better than when it just happens because of your talent.
Yeah, and your soul, honestly.
Yeah.
Saida's like 100% passion.
Yeah, her aura comes out, and she's, as soon as she walks out, Saida's the underdog.
Yes.
And I love that.
Yeah, you automatically, part of you assumes, oh, Saya's probably not going to win this match. But there's a part of you that also goes, man, I hope Saida wins this match.
Saida's offense is something like, if you're playing a game and you get the moveset from her moveset is so cool.
It is.
And she has so many things she does. And let me tell you, her chops, we talk about Xena's chops.
Yes.
Xena's chops are great. Don't get me wrong, but they're also down chops. Down chops you can make sound incredible.
Right. And she has that advantage being one of the taller people in Stardom.
It's from someone who has chopped 1 million people, my down chops are fantastic, but my knife edges suck.
Right.
It's hard to get a good knife edge. Saida has the best knife edges.
She just throws everything into those things.
It's very Ishii-esque.
Yes, we have talked about how she's the Ishii of Stardom.
But when she hits, she hits, I swear to God, I would rather take a Momo kick to the chest. Because they are so loud and thumpy.
There was a point in this match where they were trading a chop for a kick, and those chops were so loud.
Yeah, Momo begged off first.
Yeah, she's like, nope, that's fine. I'm done with that. But yeah, Saida's moveset with the chops, the choke she has with like the head and arm underneath her arm, and the flying shoulder tackles that we've talked about.
The flying shoulder. So that's such a hard move to make look good every time.
Yeah, and she just flawlessly does it.
And it's amazing. So obviously her selling is fantastic.
And the lariats. She's gotten like majorly good at the lariats.
Her lariats,
sliding and otherwise.
Her lariats are great. The slariat, as we call it, the sliding lariat. She went for a freaking muscle buster, but
she went for a muscle buster.
I'm pretty sure it was a muscle buster she was going for.
Yeah, she had the head tucked and she was going to grab the legs. Yeah. I mean, Momo was able to get out of it, but I'm pretty sure it was going to be a muscle buster.
But she has a lot of those type of moves, those power moves, those.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't believe I'm forgetting my favorite thing she does. The freaking avalanche power slam.
Oh, it's so pretty. She even did like a semi sky eye in this match that looked brutal.
Yeah, I mean, so not to gush, but
not to be crazy fangirls or
listen,
anything.
Okada, you coward. You got to book Saida to win, buddy.
Listen, of all times in this match where there's no stakes, neither of these girls can win the tournament. We know that going into this match. Why not? Why not just give Saida like a little pin here or something?
Yeah, and so interesting part story-wise, we'll get back to the match here. Story-wise in this match, something crazy is Momo, who obviously has had a terrible tournament.
Yes.
She did not cheat. Okay.
Not even a little.
No, she didn't cheat this whole match, no matter if she's in trouble. She didn't walk out with the bat, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. She didn't have the bat.
She didn't have all of hate in her corner.
Now, she also won the match.
Yes, she did, without cheating.
and it was what she went with?
She used
half and half.
Yeah, it was like a half and half suplex. It might have been like her peach sunrise thing, but
so regardless, she wins the match.
I'm so deflated after that. I love Momo Watanabe. Don't get me wrong.
What's funny is when she was going for one of her finishers, the crowd actually made this sound.
Oh, when she did the B driver, she hit it.
And it was a sound that you don't hear often in Japan. Mm-hmm. But the sound was not just one person, but it was a lot of people. And it was of course, you
Saida's not going to win.
You actually heard it, and it was sadness.
I hate it so much.
But I love it because, Okada in his wonderfulness. You know, just like the Hat Man used to. He sits up front and he hears everything. He heard that just like we heard that. And it's a crazy thing, man. I'm telling you, it's a crazy thing.
It is.
So Momo wins the match. No cheating, no bat,
no interference,
and even no beatdown afterwards. Really, she kind of kicks her a little bit and but she just kind of walks off in frustration after the match. Right. I don't know. I know we can't trust her to be anything, and she's going to be coming to America.
Yeah,
but damn, it's just weird.
It is weird, but I just want to throw out there the craziest possible scenario for Saya Ida.
Go.
Who's the one person she's beaten this tournament? Tam Nakano. Who's going up for a red belt challenge next weekend? Tam Nakano. What if Tam wins the belt? And old Saya Ida's like, I have a win over you in a singles match.
Oh my God.
I know it's a crazy storyline to go with. And I don't expect by any means that Saida could win the red belt at this stage, but just to have that match, I tell you, super
with
cool.
all the crazy stuff they've done,
yeah,
like when they did the full reset,
right?
I wouldn't put it past them.
I think at least giving her that chance would make the fans really happy, just to see her be able to have a title shot like that.
I'm still on the train for the belt she needs. I want to see the Saida white belt run.
Yes, she definitely is a white belt person with this crowd, the fans getting behind her and everything.
Yeah.
It's very heart and soul of Stardom vibes.
Right. Well, 4 stars?
4 stars all the way.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about all that gushing about Saida we just did. That was we are very passionate about this stuff.
We're passionate about all of it.
Next, also in Red Stars B, Tam Nakano took on Tomoka Inaba in a match where Tam seemed a little, I think she's a little jaded by everything that's happened. And she kind of came in here like, why am I even here?
Right.
Why am I facing you?
Right.
Like, she seemed very put off by this whole match. She was
kind of like, who the hell are you?
Yeah, like very upset almost that she was even here.
Yeah, it's like, okay, new girl.
And I guess it's understandable with everything she's been through, but in doing that, she took Tomoka Inaba, someone who's a credible threat, and just sort of denied that she was even capable of being in the ring with her. I don't know, man.
She was brutal. She cut off things.
Yeah.
She really laid it in on kicks.
And this lasted until Tomoka started targeting that leg. As soon as she hit that knee, Tam crumbled.
Yeah.
Like an old wall.
Before that happened, one of my favorite things I've seen in a while, Tam did the snapmare kick to the back.
Right.
And Tomoka gets up and she's like, F you,
you can do mine.
She's going to do the snapmare. Tam blocks it and snapmares her again, reverses, snapmares her again and kicks her again.
Yeah, it was a very impudent Tam. She was like, no, this is my ring and I'm just going to do what I want.
but like you said, the second that knee got hit.
Oh, it was like immediate change in Tam.
Yeah, the air came out of her.
She almost could not get back into the match after that. And there were just kicks flying everywhere from both sides the rest of this match. And there was this one knee that Tomoka Inaba threw at Tam that was just gnarly.
Oh, yeah.
And we know that she has all the striking ability. She didn't seem as adept on the ground in this match with Tam Nakano.
Not the same level on the ground, but my God, her striking.
Yes, and she managed to get Michinoku driver, and then she started working on that leg and got into a sort of semi figure 4 position.
She worked into somewhat of a figure 4, and that was it.
That was it. Tam had to tap. She couldn't take it.
Yeah.
And that just, she shouldn't have taken Tomoka so lightly.
She was so pissed off. So, a lot of times we've joked about the holding the one up, and it's like, okay, one, we'll go again, and Tomoka came over and did that, and Tam just looks at her, she looks at her with 1,000-yard stare, and she grabs her finger and just twists her finger around and puts her forehead to her forehead like, you don't even know who I am.
She was so mad the whole time.
Well, wouldn't you be? It's Tam freaking knocking
It's
out.
understandable. She's had a terrible tournament.
And she's still going. She's fighting through it. She's not taking it off, right?
Right.
And because she has a damn title match coming up, so all the cards are against her, and she's losing to all these people who, if she does win the red belt, she'll have defenses for 6 months.
Absolutely. She still has 0 points this far into the tournament, like after 5 of her singles matches.
And every one of those people could get a title match.
Absolutely they could. Believably, because they beat Tam. Even if she is broken down right now, they still won. And honestly, though, this match, given the story in it and just the flawless execution of every single move that they threw,
the selling.
It's totally a 4-star match.
It is a 4-star
as well.
It's another 4-star match.
Like we said, this night was just crazy.
Yeah.
It was completely bonkers from start to finish.
Yeah, any of these matches cut out on their own.
Yeah.
You're like, oh crap. That was
amazing.
That was really good. And it was really back to form for me. Like this is
how it should be.
Yeah, this is tournament matches. This is why we're excited for this time of year.
Yeah.
It's not just the main event, it's all the matches.
Yes, and as you get deep into the tournament and people start dropping like flies out of contention, then people start getting desperate and they're like, holy crap.
Right.
I got to pull it out. So for our semi-main event on this show, from Red Stars A, we had Natsupoi versus Manami.
Yes.
Which is a match that kind of got set up back in July, like I mentioned, when they were in a tag match against each other and they talked all this crap about the 5-star and about facing each other.
Yeah.
So they got in here and they were kind of being a little goofy at first, like doing their own little gimmicks back and forth.
Very noticeable that it wasn't Demon Fairy.
No, it wasn't Evil Poi, right?
No, it was not. It was Natsupoi. She was in a
They were having fun.
Yeah, she was in a good mood, and my God, these girls can work.
Oh, absolutely. Like, even when they're being silly, every move they do is like, wow, okay, they just did that.
Yeah.
But it got a little further into the match, and I think Natsupoi was like, okay, that's enough of that.
Right.
I'm done doing poise. You're done screaming woo at me and the fans. And there was this one point when she had Manami in this submission where it was like leg wrapped up, head, arm, like bridge. She had everything.
Yeah, she had a bridge. She had the leg hooked.
And the arm, I think.
And a double wrist.
Like an arm bar and double wrist lock. Like she kept going back and forth.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was wild. Like there was a lot more submission attempts in this match than I expected.
There was a whole lot of deep twos. On Poi.
Yeah, absolutely. So Manami was on top of it. Like there was a lot of back and forth in this match where you were like, I don't know which way this is going to go.
Honestly, Manami in this tournament has become a legitimate threat in matches. She's really earned her stripes.
She has. She's really impressed me, and I think a lot of fans that have never seen her wrestle before.
Yeah.
But Natsupoi, weirdly enough, has been using the armbar to get a lot of finishes in this tournament. It's like you expect Natsupoi to do like
flashy,
the Fairy Gift or something like that, or the Fairy Strain to get the win. But here she is, just laying on the ground with your arm hooked, and you got to tap. There's you can't do anything about it.
I love having that wrinkle in there.
Yeah, it's definitely a new little look from Natsupoi.
It really
nice
is
to see.
Showing that veterans, don't let any appendage. I'll rip it off.
Yeah, it's like I can beat you any way that I want.
Great match.
Let me just show you.
And they had some talking after the match.
Yes, there was a little bit of back and forth where Manami brought up that tomorrow there's the Sendai Pit show. She did say it would be nice if you came along. I don't know if Natsupoi is going to make an appearance at the Sendai show tomorrow.
It sure seemed that way, and they had a lot of mutual respect afterwards. They talked a long ass time.
Yeah, they seem like friends to me. The type of friends, but they're not close enough that Natsupoi is going to try to kill her in the ring.
It seems like some senpai to me, but yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, you got to think Manami, with her style and her personality, she probably looks up to Natsupoi.
I would imagine.
Very much so, which is a good person to look up to, I think.
What do you think rating wise?
I would give this a 3.75, right up there, on par with the other. There were a few clunkier moves where it seemed like they didn't really get it quite right, but
well, they weren't trying to kill one another.
Still amazing.
Yeah.
Still amazing match. And then in the main event.
Holy crap.
Surprisingly, another first-time singles match for Maika.
That's insane.
As she takes on Hazuki. And this was the match where it's like, oh my god, this is going to be insane. But as expected, this was hard hitting.
Yes.
They came out and immediately went into the throwing forearms. Like, there's no bones about it. They wanted to fight.
I love the fact that when they came out, they're standing across the ring. Mm-hmm. And Maika smiles.
Oh, she's like in her squat, smiling.
She knows.
Ready to go.
She knows we're getting ready to kill each other.
Yeah, she looks like a cat, like wiggling back and forth, ready to pounce.
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny. But
But
as soon as the bell rings, that's gone. And they're just throwing hands. And they absolutely, there was no stop. There was no room to breathe in this entire match. At one point, they were going back and forth with this German suplex, or not German suplexes, like standing suplexes back and forth.
Right.
That led right into the double down where they just laid there head to head, just laying there looking at the ceiling.
They played all the hits, and, it was so fast. That's the funny part. For this match to almost go the time limit.
Oh, so close. Like under 30 seconds were left.
But it came so quick. It was so fast.
It was like a blink of an eye.
Because of the action. There wasn't any long sell and something. They were going the whole time.
Yeah,
man.
and coming out of the double down just immediately for Hazuki to start in on those forearms to the back of the head. Like, they were both desperately trying to win this match.
Yeah.
And it took Maika multiple Michinoku drivers to finally get the win.
Michinoku drivers too.
Like the last one she did, she hooked Hazuki's arm behind her back as a little extra, like, you're not going anywhere.
It was beautiful, man. I mean, it really was. The one before that, the penultimate driver, it looked like her head just came off.
It looked so nasty.
I was scared, but damn good match, man. Damn good match. Go out of your way to see this one.
Yeah, this was definitely like every bit of 4.5 stars.
Yes.
Like, this was my match of the night. It was just two people who have never fought in a singles match before, showing why they're the top of their block right now.
Absolutely.
And I was honestly expecting Hazuki to win this match to have a big old tie at the top of the block, but Maika remains undefeated. She's the first person to hit 10 points in the tournament.
It's crazy.
Which is amazing. Like, this new Maika is doing everything.
The main event of this thing, though, was afterwards. These two
so cute.
Having all the respect for one another.
Yeah, and they actually announced a date for Fukuoka that hadn't been announced yet. They were like live announcing it in the ring and asking Okada, like, is this okay that we give this information? It is on November 2nd, right, that we're going to be in Fukuoka again. And he's like, yeah, that's fine. That's right. And so they announced that they're going to be in Fukuoka on November 2nd this year. It's their second Fukuoka show of the year. And as we know, Hazuki and Maika are both from Fukuoka, along with Koguma. And Hazuki suggested, well, Maika was like, I don't know, I think we should meet in Fukuoka. Maybe we'll fight. Maybe we should do a tag team. So Hazuki was like, I kind of like that idea. Like you mentioned, we could do a tag team, except we could involve Koguma and we could be Fukuoka triple crazy.
Oh, yeah.
FTC.
I love it. I love it.
And I immediately popped. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Please give me FTC. I want to see you three together.
Yeah. I feel sorry for whoever the three are against them.
Yeah. I honestly, by that point, by November, I kind of hope they work it up into an Artist of Stardom title match just for funsies. Even if they don't win, like them against Natsupoi, Sauriano, and Tam would be insane. Or some of the girls from Neo Genesis, because we already know FWC versus Crazy Star is a ridiculous match. So throw like Starlight Kid in there with Crazy Star.
Oh my God.
Crazy Steiger or whatever they call themselves.
Yeah.
That match, I would pay so much money to see.
Oh yeah, dude, it's gonna be great, and it's whoever it is. But I love the camaraderie at the end of it.
Yes,
because it was two warriors that got drunk at the bar, which with these two,
they probably did.
They're probably drunk at the bar.
Yes,
but they beat the living snot out of one another.
Oh,
and
so beautiful.
4.5 stars, beautiful match. Go out of your way to see it, to tap off a beautiful night.
This night was so good,
really great,
the best tournament night. So current standings. And because we only have one night left on the 25th for Red Stars now, Blue Stars still has tomorrow night or tonight for us.
Yeah.
Before they have one more night. But now that we have one more night for Red Stars, we can talk about some scenarios of people getting in the finals. Starting with Red Stars A, the only people still in possible contention for the top spots are Micah with 10 points,
Right.
Natsupoi with 8 points, and Hazuki with 6 points. So Micah at this point is in no matter what. There's no kicking her out because everyone else is eliminated, and no matter who wins Natsupoi versus Hazuki, she's still going to have more points. So, or she'll be tied with Natsupoi, who she beat. So Micah's in.
Right.
She's already one of the top two.
That's awesome.
Probably number one.
Awesome.
Natsupoi and Hazuki face each other on the final night. Natsupoi gets in if she gets the win or if they draw, because then she'll still have more points than Hazuki. But if Hazuki wins, they'll be tied at 8 points, and Hazuki would have the tiebreaker over Natsupoi because she beat her. So that match is going to determine who's second.
It's
probably.
insane that can still work that way, isn't it?
I know. It's crazy that Hazuki still has a chance.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that she'd be tied with Natsupoi. But if she beats Natsupoi, she wins the match. She wins.
It's crazy.
So even if Natsupoi wins and gets 10 points, and if Micah were to lose and against Manami and only have 10 and they were tied, she beat Natsupoi in their match. So I think Micah is automatically like number one seed in Red Stars A.
So is it going to be Hazuki that pulls up the upset? Or is Poi going to...
I personally think it's going to be Natsupoi. I think even if it's a draw here, she wins, which would be kind of cool. But I think Natsupoi is going to win this and get into the final too.
I agree.
So Red Stars B is not as straightforward because of all the draws we've had.
It's crazy.
So Azumi has 8 points. She's in the final two for sure because she's beat Mayu Iwatani. Unless she loses to Saida in her final match and Mayu and Tomoka have a draw, because then they would each have 9 points.
That could happen.
Because if she loses to Saya and stays at 8 points, and then Mayu beats Tomoka, then Azumi would still presumably go to the final. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot of craziness. Mayu's in with a win or a draw with Tomoka. If Tomoka beats Mayu or draws with Mayu, she's in. May Sarah's a little more complicated.
What happens if Tomoka wins?
If Tomoka wins, she'll automatically have 10 points and be in the final, because Mayu will only have 8. She won't be able to get more than that. And even if Azumi wins, they'll be tied at 10, so they'll both be in the final.
Okay.
So if Tomoka beats Mayu Iwatani, she's in to the final too.
If Tomoka wins and Azumi loses?
No, if Azumi wins, they'll both have 10 points and they'll both be in. And Mayu only have 8. She can't get 10. So
all right.
It'll be Azumi and Tomoka and Naba.
How damn confusing.
It is. Listen to May Sarah's though. If Azumi and Tomoka and Naba both lose, and May beats Tam Nakano, they would all three be tied at 8 points for second place, and they all have draws against each other in block action. So I don't know how they figured that out, because if Azumi and Tomoka both lose, Mayu has 10 points, so she's automatically at the top. But that makes an 8-point tie at second place. Do they have a triple threat? I know this is a very unlikely to happen. I'm sure Azumi's going to beat Saida, and then like Mayu's going to beat Tomoka or something.
Maybe not.
Maybe not, though.
I mean, it'd be insane, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be crazy if Mayu was the automatic in at 10 points, and then we had a 3-way tie at second place with Azumi, Tomoka, and May Sarah, and had to do like an impromptu triple threat to see which of them went in. Wouldn't that be wild?
It's pretty wild that that's even possible.
And then like Saida gets that cool win, and May beats Tam Nakano, who stays at 0, and then we get to see those three fight it out for second place.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy that...
I'd be all about it.
It's crazy that we're to that point that can actually happen.
I know. It's because they all have similar records.
I'm rooting for it. I root for chaos.
We root for chaos. So
think about this, though. We're probably going to have Azumi and Mayu Iwatani and Micah and Natsupoi.
All 4. fantastic finalists to have.
I mean, that's like, what's your 4 favorite? You know, like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is. And I would assume that it would be like, if Azumi and Mayu win and they're in there, Azumi would be number 1 seed because she beat Mayu. So that would mean that Azumi would face Natsupoi and Maika would face Mayu Utani in the quarterfinals, which are just crazy matches. So Blue Stars still has one more night before we get to winning possibilities for them tomorrow, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
August 24th in Fukushima at 1 p.m. Japan time, midnight Eastern. Blue Stars A, Shiri versus Xena.
I mean, the quiet awkwardness there was because of the pure violence of this.
Oh, I'm gonna go with Shiri to win this because she's been having kind of a hard time lately.
No, she's gonna win.
But they're gonna kick and chop the ever-loving crap out of each other to get there.
Absolutely.
Starlight Kid versus Miyu Amasaki.
So,
a little rematch.
Yeah, and SOK has to win this.
Yeah, I think this is a must for Starlight Kid. I don't think Miyu loses anything losing this match. She's still fresh and she can handle it.
SOK is going to win. SOK is the faction leader. It's just, it has to happen.
Absolutely. And then Koguma versus Anna Jay. Oh, I hope they bring back some of the old Mariah May stuff. Like if we see Sexy Kuma, I'm gonna be so happy. I don't know if Anna Jay will go there.
I don't either. I wouldn't mind to see Anna Jay the Bear. But
they're both at 4 points, so I kind of feel like Anna might win this. Like this is her last match. She doesn't have a match on the final night.
Right.
So.
I think that we're gonna get Koguma.
You think Koguma's gonna win?
Yeah, I think Koguma will have 6 point Koguma.
Okay. I'm going to vote Anna Jay.
Okay.
Blue Stars B, Saya Komatani versus Suzu Suzuki. Wow. This is Suzu's second match in a row against a hate member after her match with Tekla last time.
Yeah, this is going to be something.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know because that last match was so damn good.
It was. And Saya is still at the top with 6 points, tied with Risa Sarah. And Suzu only has 5 points. But I feel like Saya needs another win before the final night.
I think Saya Kamatani is going to take this.
I think so too. Then we have Hanan versus Rana Yagami.
So Hanan's going to win that.
Hanan's going to win, and it's going to be a fantastic match.
Yeah.
Rana's going to come out here like swinging, trying to get some more points, even though she's, poor thing, is the only one that's technically eliminated from her block right now because Blue Stars has been so much more even than Red Stars was.
Right.
But Hanan's definitely going to end up with the win on this one, I think.
And I think in this last one...
Oh, Tekla versus Risa Sarah.
Yeah, bad girl versus bad girl. I think Tekla is going to absolutely win
time
this.
for Tekla to get some more points, I think. And
I agree.
in violent fashion, if I had to guess.
I agree. It's going to be, between the two of them, it's going to be chairs. Go ahead and walk away.
And this show happens in a matter of hours because these shows were so close together.
Yeah.
Like they were not even 24 hours apart. So
I can't wait.
Are so happy to have you here listening to these reviews with us and following along with the 5-Star Grand Prix. We hope you've been enjoying it as much as we have. But for now, make sure you're following us on our socials at Wrestling Is Her. And we will see you tomorrow for a review of this next night of the 5-Star Grand Prix. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Raja. He's John. See you next time on Wrestling Is Her. Bye.